So this video is going to show you how to use our slider option. And the slider option allows you to create like slides that shift in and out with content. So I'm going to go ahead and start making it and show you how it works. So I'm in the back end in the pages area, and we have this home page that we've been playing around with adding content to. Open it up, and I'm going to click Add New Content, and I'm going to title this Slider. And I'm going to go ahead and click Slider and create block. Now, I'm going to move this slider all the way to the top because it makes it's kind of a cool effect to have all these pieces, all these content sections slide across the top of your site at the very, very top. So I moved slider to the top, and I'm going to go ahead and click Edit to start adding some content. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use this. You can go ahead and just click Create a New Entry, and you can very simply just, in its simplest form, upload new, and you can add an image. So I'm just going to go ahead and add this image like this. I'll label it 1 so I know it's my first entry, and skip all this stuff and click Create Entry. And what it's going to do is it's going to add this image to the top of the site. So if we go ahead and we refresh, it's going to go ahead and add that image right to the top of the site. And that's the very top item. So what's cool about this section is that, and I'm going to move this up a little bit. What's cool about this section is that I'm going to add some more entries, and now everything's going to slide. So let me just add number 2, upload a new one. I'm just going to upload this gray box here. And I'm going to go ahead and click Create Entry. I'm not going to do any other options just yet. And when I refresh this, what you're going to notice is that you have that first image, but then you have these buttons down here. And if I click on the buttons, it slides in the next image. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding some options here. So let's go back into the first entry and let's modify it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of I'm going to leave this image in here, and I'm going to change this background text to be dark, because maybe I want to put some light text over it. So I'm going to change that background to be dark so that the text is automatically light. And I'm going to use this opacity toggle to move it down so that the background darkness shows through so that my text can be light over it. And I can leave the text centered, right or left. So I'm gonna move it to the right, and I'm gonna go ahead and put a title in and and some subtext. So I'll go ahead and just add some subtext. Grab this for my title, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add a button. So the button. This is the button inline text, so I could have what we call inline text here, and I'm going to add a button, and I'll add my HTTP link. I'll let it open in the same window, or I'll move it to a new window. Either one is fine, and I'm just going to put subtext here so you can kind of see where all of that goes, and then I'm going to click Save. I'm going to refresh this, and what you're going to notice is that first image comes in, but it's got that layer on the top that's dark, and that's that background layer. So it's like it pushes the image behind that, and then we made it a little opaque so that the image shows through and our text looks really good on there. So we have our title, we have our text, we have our inline text here if you wanted to put something that leads to the button, we have the button, and we have subtext if you wanted to put it. And at any point we can get rid of any of those options as well. So now let's go back and let's add a couple more things. So let's go back to this first item. I want to kind of clean this up. I want to get rid of this inline text, and I want to get rid of this subtext here, and I want to click Save. I'm actually going to go back in there and add something else. So we have our background image, but now I want to put another image. So I can go ahead and click in this entry image. I can click Upload New, and now I can add another item. So I can go ahead and just grab this square image that I have, open it, and click Save Changes. And I'm going to come in here and we should have an image over here and some of this stuff should be cleaned up. So let's refresh it. And we have that image there. So the nice thing now is we can have multiple pieces of information scrolling through here. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to move over to this slider settings tab. And we have a couple of different options. The first one is to fade the slides, so we can fade them into each other, or we can have them just slide. So I'm going to leave it as slide right now, and I'm going to make it so that the slide autoplays, so it just moves from one to the next. And I'm going to turn the time between the slides down to 2 seconds so we can see it right away. And I'm going to click Save. I'm going to go back to the home page and refresh it, and you're going to see now when it reloads, it's just automatically going to slide over to the next slide, and it's just going to keep sliding. So we could add 3 or 4 or 5 slides. And so if we want a different effect, we can do a fade. And when we click Save, we can go back, refresh it, and instead of sliding to the left, it's going to fade from one to the other. So it's going to go from this one back to the first one, and then back to the second one. So now when we're in here, we can go ahead and look at the context. And the context is going to allow us to put a title and a description in. It's going to allow us to change the general background color behind there, add buttons, etc., and click Save. Now, if we're going to use that, it's probably best to move this away from the top heading section. So I'm going to go back to my pages, and I'm going to actually move this down. So I'm going to move this below that album, so it's the second item. And when I refresh it, it's going to move this down, and you'll have your title, your text, and then your slider. So you could see this being used as different images that slide through really cleanly. If you didn't want to use a regular album, you can use this to promote different items. So if you're doing some workshops and you want to promote the workshop and maybe a Facebook group, you can do this to showcase your different types of photography and link out to different pages. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with this. It's really versatile. Again, you have image adjustment, text adjustment on either sides. You can use a background image or no background image. You can just make it a color. And so this is a really versatile sliding effect option that you have.